I always wonder why the manufacturers would build off-road SUVs, especially full-size ones. It seems like it wouldn't make sense, but when you think about it, that's what people like, things that don't make sense. I'm here at Seiner Chevrolet, and they have not one, but two Z71s. They have this one, which has air suspension, and they have a white one, pretty much the exact same, except it doesn't have the air suspension. Let's go ahead and take a look at the window sticker so you guys can see the pricing on this one, and then I'll show you guys around this SUV. So this Z71 does have the sterling gray metallic paint and the 5.3 V8. And here's some of the standard equipment on this build. Be sure to pause to see more. And as far as the base price goes, it's going to be $64,300. And here are all the options on this Tahoe. So quite a bit of things. As I mentioned, this one does have the air suspension, which does come a part of that off-road capability package. And then this luxury package gives you a lot of nice features here. Sunroof, which is the panoramic roof. Max trailering package is right there. A few other things on this side with destination at $1,895 with a total price of $74,575. And here's some of the Philly comment numbers on the side. When you see the front of the Tahoe, what's the first thing that comes to mind? For me, I think of sporty. So whenever you hear off-road package, think of sporty package, because that's all this really is. They give you a little bit more aggressive tire. The front end has more ground clearance, as you can see here. And I think this Tahoe does look a lot more cooler compared to even the RST model. And I like that you have more ground clearance, because in some cases, you know, some people just need more ground clearance. Now on the side, it does look like it has some functional vents here, but note that's closed off. LED headlights, turn signals. There's no fog lights on this package, which is okay. Blacked out grille, forward facing camera right here. I love the black bow tie. You can kind of see the active grille shutters behind the grille. Red tow hooks, and you have an aluminum skid plate down below. And as I mentioned, this one has the optional air suspension. Aluminum control arms up top, and you have some steel ones down below. Here's a better look at those reflective style headlights as well. And off to the side, one thing I like about the Tahoe is they give you a 20-inch wheel. I mean, these are full-size SUVs. So 18s might be kind of small for something like this, unless you go with a taller tire. 275/60/20. And these are the territory ATs, and then here is the capacity, 2,679 pounds at 51 PSI. You can see your Z71 badge right here on the fender, and they do have that blackout again for the Tahoe badges. Off-road running board down below. And these mirrors have a benefit for you. I've been told that when they don't install them here, this allows for the wind to pass through, which reduces the noise for the interior. There is a light here also, the camera down below, black accent below the windows and on the roof rails, smart key system for the front and rear doors, and I like that there's not a lot of chrome on this package. That's another reason why you go with an off-road SUV. They typically don't give you a lot of chrome. Great style for the wheels, and you can see that fender liner is like finished in the fabric material. That's where you're gonna fill up at. And these taillights have a mixture of LED and incandescent bulbs. Parking sensors down below. And I do like the trim piece that they do here. It looks really nice on this setup. A little bit more of that black accent out back. And you're gonna have a power liftgate, which is pretty standard across the board. And check out all the seats down. Great storage even right there. Let's go ahead and put up this row. So these are power seats. And I think this has more storage compared to the Expedition with the third row seat up. And this is how you put the tailgate down. There's also a button right here that will open the glass, and this is pretty typical for full-size SUVs. One other thing to point out is they do hide that windshield wiper above, and it does clean up the rear, and I like that they do that. Let's go ahead and talk about the 5.3 liter V8 in this Z71. The biggest mistake I think GM is making for the Z71 is not allowing the 3 liter diesel to be available. I don't understand that personally, because most people driving these SUVs are probably not going to be taking them off-road, and the diesel is going to probably return anywhere between 27 and 30 mpg on the highway. However, this is a 5.3 liter. It's been around for a long time. Has 355 horsepower, 383 pound-feet of torque. There is an available 6.2 liter, which is going to give you 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. And that engine uses and requires premium. So I think the diesel would be the perfect balance for the Tahoe, and hopefully for 2024 we see that. 10-speed transmission, and they are using the 323 rear end, which is also going to help with fuel economy. I do think that the interior for the Tahoe is pretty top-notch, especially for the price point. A lot of soft touch above with some stitching, nice fake wood trim piece there, and then all this is also soft touch. Even here where your arms going to be resting, here's some of your seat memories, window controls, and you do have power folding mirrors on both sides. A little bit of storage in the doors, Bose sound system, 10-way driver seat, power steering column, and this one does not have power pedals like the Ford Expedition does, but the layout is pretty clean and very easy to use. That's one thing about GM, is very simple. They don't provide a grab handle, which I would like to see there. There is one there, but I don't know. I guess you can kind of pull yourself in like this. And yeah, the seats are definitely stiff. I think that the Ford Expedition seats are a little bit softer, but I think these are still adequate. And when you drive this thing, that's where the beauty comes in, because it does have the air suspension, magnetic ride control. Let's go ahead and start it up. Push button start, right there. Now, one thing I like about this display is you can change the layout pretty easily. They give you a few that you can choose from. This is like my favorite one, but they have a digital. And for some people, all they want to see is just the basic stuff. So yeah, they have that for you as well. And I'm gonna go back to progressive here. You can also change the information you see on the left and right side, as you guys can see it highlighting. And then you can add more information in the bottom too, which is nice. Okay, this screen here is lacking in the size department. I believe this is a 10.2 and a 12-inch screen right there. Now this is still very easy to use and learn. Like for example, you can take things out of this menu here if you like. You can put things back in here. You have your maps, and the one button you're gonna have to learn to find is your home button, which is right there or down below outside of the screen. It takes you back here. This does have the 360 camera view. Love how they lay out everything down below. This makes things a lot easier, personally. Okay, and then they do provide the backup lines. Now if you want, you can turn off bird's eye view if you don't need that. And your climate is inside the screen too, or if you want, you could just use it down below. Now something that they do lack with the Tahoe for this Z71 is it does not come standard with ventilated seats, so this just has heated seats. Dual climate control down below here. And the layout is just really nice. There's no covers for the cup holders in the storage, but it still has a nice look to it. You have your wireless charger right there. 2 USBs, type C and a type A. 12-volt plug there. Place to put your phone above. And then there's 2 more USBs. In this area, they do not, oh actually no, they do illuminate it. You can see the light right there. And this does obviously come out too. But really nice feel in this SUV. I like the gear selector too. I think this is really nicely done. And with the screen too, you can rest your hand up here as you push things on and off. This is just a really nice, well thought out SUV. Even the dash is nice and big. A little bit of storage on the side. Caution lights. Let's go ahead and check out this side of the SUV. I didn't really show you the top, but you have home link up there. You can drop the seats from up front. Also, you can control that rear lift gate, lighting, and then your sunroof controls with the shade right there. Vanities do have LED lights. They have a warm white, which is nice. And the dash is really nice on the side too. They provide a grab handle. And this is pretty big. This seat's kind of too far back. I gotta put it up just a little bit. I mean, I'm 6'1", and I can put my legs all the way up like that. Also, the leather seats do not have perforated leather, which is why they're not ventilated too. Out back, as you guys saw, these seats do fold flat. They do provide grab handles. And here's the door. A little bit of storage there. You can see that Bose sound system. Seat back pockets. Heated seats for the second row. Single climate control and 2 Type C USBs. They do provide a 120 volt plug down there. And this has a pretty wide walkway to get back to the third row. If I were to sit back behind this seat, this is all the way back. This feels about the same size as the Expedition, not a huge difference there. A little bit of storage right there, and Type C USB, and the same goes for that side. Lighting, air vents on the roof. As far as the off-road features go, they only really give you downhill assist, and here are some of your drive modes. So you have sport, off-road, tow haul, and then back to normal. The air suspension, I'm going to push the button here. I have it in the second highest setting. If you put it into the highest setting, you have to be in 4 low, which was kind of silly. Let's go ahead and take a look at how it looks. It's definitely taller because when I stepped out, I noticed that I needed a little bit more space to get my foot on the ground. But yeah, it does look a little bit taller in comparison. I'm going to put it in the lowest setting now. So hopefully you guys saw the difference there in the height. But yeah, it's definitely a lot lower in this setting. And you know, when you're getting in and out, that's what you're going to be using this for. Now let's go and take a look at the numbers on the door, and that'll pretty much end the video. So I like that they give you a trailering information sticker. Here are the axle ratings right there. Hopefully you guys can see. If you can, I'll just call it out. 3,700 up front, 4,300 out back, 7,500 pound gross fuel weight rating. And then here's the payload. And then the trailering information shows you how much you can tow. So about 8,200 pounds. And then 14.5 is the gross combined weight rating, which is truck and trailer. In the next video I do, I'm going to drive the Tahoe and the Expedition. And then I'll let you guys know which one has the best performance and returns the best fuel economy. See you guys in the next video.